Okay, guys, this is review problem number 9. It says solve the linear system by substitution. Now let me talk about that for just a second, guys. Remember, let me put that back up there. Get a pen here. Okay. Now remember, this is a linear system. That means if I graph both of these equations, they are lines. So let's say I graph the first one. I don't know what it looks like, but let's just say that I graph those two lines. They're going to cross each other. And this point right here is the solution. I don't know, whatever it is, x and y. Okay? Now, that can happen, or sometimes when I graph the two lines, they never touch. They're parallel, which means there's no solution. Okay? Now, that can also happen, or sometimes I might graph a line, and then when I graph the other one, I find out it's right on top of the one I just graphed. They are coincidental. They coincide. That means I have infinite solutions. Okay? So, when I solve for a system, there are three possible things that can happen. When I solve, I might get a variable, x or y, is equal to a number. Okay? If that happens, I have one solution. Now, I'm not going to reteach this because this is all, you can go back online and look at all of this. If I get a true statement like 0 is equal to 0, that means I have infinite solutions. All right? And then if I get a statement that's not true, something like 4 is equal to -9, that's not true. That means there are no solutions. That means that these lines never cross each other. Okay? Now, let me see. I need to move this thing up here. Okay? And give me this eraser, and I'm going to get rid of this stuff. Now I'm going to go back to the pen. All right? And let's see. Now, if I solve this by substitution, that means I need to get one of these variables by itself. It doesn't matter which equation I choose. I'm going to choose the first one. No reason. I'm just choosing the first one. Y plus 4x is equal to 1. And I'm going to get a variable by itself. And the easiest one to get by itself is the y. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And now it says that y is equal to -4x plus 1. This is what y equals. So I can take that and plug it in place of the y in the other equation. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to write it in. I get -4x plus 1 minus 5 is equal to -4x. And I'm going to solve. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add 4x to both sides. All right. So I'm going to get 1 minus 5 is equal to 0. And then when I subtract that, I'm going to get -4 is equal to 0. That's not true. That's right, it's not true. And that means that there are no solutions to this system. That means that if I were to graph these two lines, they would be parallel to each other. They'd never cross. That's why I didn't get a true statement about where these two lines cross. Okay? All right. Great job, guys, and I'll see you at review problem number 10.